Ladies and gentlemen, the truth is now told by both Jelly Roll and Pat McAfee. Obviously, both of these guys were featured in the WWE Championship feud between Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania. I want to start with what Jelly Roll said on his YouTube channel, as this post from WrestleOps says. Jelly Roll says that he and Pat McAfee had no business at WrestleMania 42. I had one goal and I kind of succeeded. Pat, I love you, man. Neither one of us had any business here. I say we get back to what we're good at. And good on Jelly Roll for actually saying this, because obviously heading into WrestleMania with Jelly Roll and Pat McAfee in the frame, it didn't make any sense. Like, they did not need to get involved in this. But what's more interesting about this, not only that Jelly Roll did not want to be there, but Pat McAfee also wanted nothing to do with this, as you can see by this story right here. This is an article by The Ring Report. As it says, in the weeks leading to his WrestleMania 42 match against Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton was shown backstage talking on the phone to a mysterious advisor. Theories ran wild, but no one expected to be a heel Pat McAfee. The former commentator, occasional pro wrestler, and ESPN personality returned to WWE as Orton's manager and tore into the current state of the company, including WrestleMania ticket sales. It left fans, pundits, and WWE superstars scratching their heads, drawing a hugely negative reaction from just about everyone heading into the show of shows. In the opening moments of Orton vs. Rhodes, the American Nightmare, with an assist from Jelly Roll, took McAfee out. He briefly returned at the end of the match, but was hit with an RKO by the Viper in what proved a baffling end to a bizarre storyline. Pat McAfee recently confirmed that he's making good on his promise to walk away from WWE, telling fans, "So I would like to let everybody know that although the mission was supposed to be Randy Orton saving the business, I think what happened instead was Cody proving he's the one." Cody Rhodes was obviously very admirable. Randy Orton is still everything I said he was, but the good news is the business doesn't need to be saved after all, he added. Now, we have an update from Dave Meltzer, who was reporting that, due to the overwhelmingly negative response across the board, it was McAfee who decided to call it quits on his partnership with Randy Orton. It was previously reported that there were plans for Orton and McAfee to face Cody Rhodes and Jelly Roll at Backlash next month. The Pat McAfee thing, he opted out. That's what actually led to everything changing, the insider said. That's why the tag match from Backlash was taken off. The thing is that both of them, Pat McAfee and Jelly Roll, were very cognizant of what's been said about celebrities in wrestling. Both of them love wrestling, and I think that they realized that there was not a negative sentiment about it. I don't know the exact reason McAfee pulled out. There could have been many different reasons, but the reason that it was believed was, in fact, the reaction. Meltzer continued. I was told that the belief that it was due to the reaction that he pulled out. It wasn't like anything else. There's a lot of chaos that was going on, especially on Saturday for WrestleMania. This wouldn't be the first time that WWE has abruptly pulled the plug on a story that wasn't working, and McAfee, who genuinely seemed to love the wrestling business, arguably made the right decision to walk away. His involvement in the WrestleMania match ultimately only harmed it, and rightfully so. Pat McAfee didn't need to be there. Even Jelly Roll didn't need to be there. But you guys want to know who was going to be in this story between Randy and Cody? Aleister Black. I'm not even kidding. Check this out. The original pitch for what evolved into Pat McAfee aligning with Randy Orton was meant to be Aleister Black in McAfee's spot. The role would have involved Aleister Black tormenting Orton, trying to bring out the old Apex Predator version of Orton. The idea was that if the Black succeeded, it would have proved Orton had never changed or evolved and was still the old Orton deep inside. We are told the idea was that Black and Orton would face off WrestleMania weekend, with Orton hesitating to use his punt kick and likely lose, but then later attack Cody Rhodes as a WrestleMania angle, using the punt to bring back the old Apex Predator and prove Aleister Black right all along. What I just read to you was a better story heading into WrestleMania than what we got. And you know what? This could have gotten Aleister Black into the WWE Championship scene. But no, TKO decided to ruin it. Just because WrestleMania ticket sales are not going well. So who did Ari Emanuel call in order to save WrestleMania ticket sales? Pat McAfee. What? You telling me that Pat McAfee was a better choice than Aleister Black? What is this guy smoking? This dude thinks that Aleister Black is not good enough for WrestleMania? We had freaking Stephanie McMahon confronting Cody Rhodes and warning him about how diabolical Randy Orton is. To then just going on Friday to reveal that the caller was Pat McAfee. Pat McAfee knew that this never made any sense. But I can guarantee sure that he only did it because of money. And same with Jelly Roll. But what if this was not an Ari Emanuel decision here? What if it was an ESPN decision? Because remember, WWE is now on ESPN when it comes to PLEs. And where does Pat McAfee air his show? ESPN. Was it really that hard for both of these guys to say no? I mean, I get it. You're going to make money out of this, but this doesn't mean that you could just ruin a potential match of the year between Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes. And now, we're looking to run it back at a future event. People are saying that it's going to happen at Backlash. I don't think it's going to happen at Backlash. Because if you remember, if you saw WrestleMania, Cody's eye was swollen shut. And if you saw on Monday, it looked really bad. You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of what happened last year. When Ari Emanuel was freaking out over, Elimination Chamber, the tickets are not selling well. Who did he call? The Rock. He called The Rock so that he could boost up Elimination Chamber ticket sales in Toronto. So that now they have to make up a story on Rock wanting Cody's soul. So, that's what happened. And then it led to the big heel turn of John Cena. Oh yeah, and Travis Scott was there for some reason. So then what happened after that? Well, Rock disappeared. Everybody was thinking that he was going to show up at WrestleMania, but he never did. But you know who did show up at WrestleMania? Travis Scott. All he did was take his sweet-ass time to get to the ring and help John Cena become 17-time world champion. And in by far, one of the worst WrestleMania main events I've ever seen. So this is literally the second year in a row of TKO having celebrities be a part of World Championship main events when they shouldn't even be involved in the first place. I'm glad Pat McAfee and Jelly Roll had to say something about this because TKO, with what they're doing, sucks. I better not see any more celebrity involvement in WWE. If you're gonna do it right. But what about you guys? What are your thoughts on this story? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, tap the notification bell for more videos. Follow me on Twitter @EthanSoyShow, and I'll see you in the next one.